to a Swords and Stones solo, finally. Been a busy few weeks, so tough to try to squeak these in because I'm not the prolific creator, content creator that a lot of the guys are that I follow. But hey, it's all good. So when last we were here, we had three intrepid heroes drop over to the vacation island to investigate what's going on. They come from a little citadel community that's been established here over a few generations on Ambien. Humans, as you know, if you follow the Ambien lore, they do not naturally exist on this in this universe. They are snatched from Earthrealm and brought here. So if you find that while you're playing this game and you run into settlements, or you create your settlements, or what have you, it's because they've been here for generations. So we had three investigators pop over to this little vacation spot that people use from their citadel to investigate why nobody's coming home. And if you've watched the first two episodes, you'll realize that they've run into some pretty harrowing issues. In the last episode, unfortunately, we lost one of our adventurers here and was taken down by the Draku, our dragonkind. And so now these two are hot-footing it back to get to the beach, get back on their boat, head to the citadel, and hopefully get some recruits, some backup, and come back here to try and see if they can be rid of the invaders, which they are assuming at this point are the Draku. So Tanir and Rind are the only two that are left. Kandar got taken down after he took out a couple of the Draku himself, and these two just barely made it out and are heading back to the dock. So after a night's rest, in a Swords and Stones session, we always roll a d4 for hit points recovered. You can do this in game as well, like 2 gaming days during your session if you run them that long. For us, a 2-hour session usually is just 1 gaming day. So let's see. Tanir, we got 3 more points back. Now I do have my tracker here, and Tanir's hit points are 22 in total, so they only gain 3 more back, and that only brings them up to a dozen. So they got pretty low. Oh, why am I at 4? 1, 2, 3, so even lower than I thought. So the 9 is attached to Rin. Okay, let's see how Rin does here. He gets an additional 4, so he's back up to 13. So that'll make them feel a touch better. Now we just do a little review as to what they're packing around with them for stones. Rind has 2 stone of possessions and a white stone of wonder, and Tanir has a single unidentified spellstone. So I think they will probably want to try to identify that spellstone. So I have their character sheets and my game guide on a separate screen just for ease of use. Just so you know, I'll kind of drag it over so you can see. So I've got my game guide here, which you can see is the redone ones, which I have gotten a new look at it and added some quick reference tables, really easy to use. And then here's the character sheet, so I can reference their modifiers, but I'm going to keep that on a separate screen and basically only have on this screen the main game as well as my tracker. Okay, all right, so we go to Tanir, and they need they have a 3 for their intelligence modifier, and they are currently level 3, so they need a DC of 11 to make their roll to identify a spellstone. So let's do that. So we're going to roll a d20, and we're going to add their intelligence modifier. And 7. That's a fail, unfortunately. So they didn't identify that stone this time. Rin doesn't have any stones to be able to identify, and do we have any heal stones? Let's have a look here. Heal stones, nope, none for either one of them. That's unfortunate. Okay, Rin says, okay, well, I've recovered a little bit. How are you feeling? Tanir's, I'm doing better. I'm definitely doing better. But we really need to get back to the boat and head back to the Citadel and bring some reinforcements. Yeah, you're right. I think we should definitely get moving, and we should, even though we're in a big hurry, we should try to at least spend some time investigating, finding some more of these stones, so that we can, because I think the blue ones we used for healing and the red ones have magic. So if we can find those, maybe that'll help us and take this land back. Tenier agrees, and they suggest, well, let's get going. Rin's okay. I'll take the lead. Tenier agrees. They will take the rear, and they will move on. Oops. Let's try that again. There we go. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and 4. We'll go about 20 feet at a time here. And whilst I do that, then we're gonna roll for an encounter. Oh, look at that! Right off the bat, we run into something. What do we run into? Well, if we go to our guide over here, and we're going to scroll down to the random table for monsters, and we're going to roll a d4 and a d10 to see exactly what they may have run into. So we got a 4 and an 8, so that's table number 4, critter number 8, which I'll show you here. So we're down to table number 4, critter number 8, a weir rat. Was that ever lovely? All right, and how many are they going to run into? Just a single. Okay, so now we can come down here and search. We go rat. And what do we have here for a weir rat? Here we go, right there. So I'm going to put him over there. And we'll shrink this down. And we'll make it legitimately a decent size. And coming out through the bush. Rin says, I'm not sure about you, but something smells weird. It smells to me between kind of a cross between a wet dog and dung. Tenier says, yeah, I kind of smell that too. I'm not 100% sure where it's coming from though, so let's be cautious. Rin says, okay, I'll take this side of the path. How about you take the other side? And we'll just kind of gently walk forward. There's some boulders up there, so I wouldn't mind investigating, see if we can find something. Tenier agrees, so they decide to just kind of take it easy, take a few steps forward. There, let's roll reaction to see if they notice. We got a 2. So on a reaction of a 2, going to my quick reference here. Startled. So as they get to this point here, where they're just within about 10 feet of the stones or the rocks, a weir rat comes crawling or stomping out through the trees, and they're startled. They're taken aback. The weir rat is as well, and is kind of surprised that it's run into these two creatures on this island. Rind is, whoa, what the heck is that? Tenier, it kind of looks like a giant rat. It's walking on 2 legs. I don't know if we've ever encountered something like that before. And the rat is actually packing a weapon. So the rat kind of takes a step closer to the pathway and stops and kind of sits there and scans them, seeing what their next move will be. At this point, Rind and Tenier, they both look at each other and agree, let's keep our weapons sheathed for now and try to put forth a non-aggressive approach. See if we need to get back to our boat safely. We don't need to be fighting the whole way back. Rins, I agree. There's a lot going on here, and we don't need any more than we can handle. So with that, Tenier suggests that they walk slowly towards the boulders and see if this giant rat reacts. So they take another 10 feet step forward, and the rat stays calm. It doesn't get aggressive. I'll show you what I'm looking at here in my game guide. So I do have, under the quick host reference tables inside the first page, inside the front cover, I have quick reference tables to look at, and here's my reactions over here. So you can have whatever reactions you want. Those are just suggestions, of course. Rind is, well, okay. It's not doing anything too aggressive. Um, Maybe we can keep going. Tanir's like, well, tell you what, why don't we take the long way around this rock and just kind of take it slowly and see if that creature does anything. We still don't have our weapons drawn, even though it's packing a sword and it's watching us pretty intensely. Rind is okay. Let's give it a shot. So they start to make their way around the outside of the boulder, and the rat notices this, takes a couple steps forward and kind of turns itself to watch to see what they're doing. And it is putting out some aggressive vibes. Rind is, I don't know about this. It's kind of got that look in its eyes. Tanir's like, don't give it a reason. Just let's walk carefully around the rock. We'll just take it a few feet at a time and see if it feels it's threatened. So Tanir goes a couple more feet. Rind slowly catches up behind them. No response from the giant rat at this point, other than it's turning to watch them as they move. Well, it's startled. Nah, I don't think that really applies at this point because it has its eyes on both of them. Rind is like, okay, why don't we just wait right here? Let's. I tell you what, I'm gonna bring out some of my rations and put them on the far side of that rock. Let's see if maybe I offer it and like make it kind of like a gesture, and see if it takes it and maybe leaves. Tunir's like, well, if you're sure, you can definitely try that. So Rin grabs some rations out of his pack, walks around to the far side of the rock, and just lays it on the edge of the rock, um, right about here, and then backs up again towards Tanir, and they both kind of make their way back towards the bush to try to keep an eye on things and keep themselves facing, so they have their back to the forest just in case. And move back a little bit more so that the creature doesn't feel that they're going to attack them. They still don't have weapons drawn. Let's see how the rat reacts. Now it's looking a little bit upset. Rind is okay. Now I'm nervous. Tanir, I kind of agree. It's not looking too happy, and it's kind of making some weird gestures, kind of going side to side, and wondering what we're gonna do. I bet. Yeah, I agree. I wonder if we just maybe raise our hands, put our hands like in kind of a passive manner. Maybe it'll calm it down. Well, nothing saying we can't try. And they do that, and it has an even angrier look on its face now for some strange reason. I don't think that's working, Tanir. It doesn't look too happy with us at the moment. I agree. I'm not too sure what to suggest at this point. We don't need another fight. I'm still not feeling 100%. No, you're right. Well, I tell you what. Why don't you stay behind the boulder here, and if you get a chance, maybe have a dagger ready or something that you can throw. Um, Here, I'm going to give you my bow and arrow. I'm going to give you my bow, and I'm going to give you some arrows, and you can back me up. And I'm going to go forward, and I'm just going to, maybe if I show this guy that I'm threatening, and he might back off. Well, only if you're sure. Only if you're sure. Well, at this point, I don't think we have a choice. I don't think it wants to leave us alone, even though we're almost near the end of the path. I'm just gonna go. Rin draws his sword, takes a couple steps to the side there, and faces the beast. The beast immediately turns towards him, and confrontation is afoot. It takes a step forward. Rin takes a step forward, and he's trying to puff himself up, trying to look tough, trying to look mean to keep it at bay. At this point, the critter is still not making an aggressive move forward, even though it was angry just a second ago. Tanier takes a couple steps around to the other side with the bow and arrows to try to flank it. And as soon as they do that, the rat turns to watch them as well and takes a couple steps backward, thinking, okay, now it's feeling threatened. Rind, I don't know, maybe now it thinks that it doesn't have a chance against us. Rind is like, yeah, I don't know. I really don't know, but I'm just gonna do it. So he takes a step forward and challenges the beast. And he is on the attack. So he rolls and he gets a 7. Adding in his strength, that's 11. So I think that's barely what he needs. He needs an 11, yes. Level 3. So he makes it. I'm just going to switch my dice really quick here so something I can see. So that's a D8. And 3 points of damage. The rat rolls a 17 and makes its defense, so that's only 2 points of damage. And where is total counter? There we go. So we're going to take it from 20 down to 18. Actually, we're just going to go -2. 1, 2 until it gets to 20. All right. So the rat takes a good strike from Rind and is not happy at all. Tanier takes advantage of that and fires an arrow and hits. Damage. Arrow's damage, I believe, is 1 to 6. I will double check. Yep. Okay, and rolls damage for 3 points of damage. Let's see if the critter gets out of the way in time, or at least partially. No, it fails, so it takes another 3 points of damage. 1, 2, 3. So it's not happy at all. Faces Rind, and they go at it again. This time Rind's on the defense, so the critter attacks, makes its attack, roll damage. Only 1 point of damage, so if Rind defends himself via his armor class, which he does, so it doesn't take any damage at all, he deflects that blow. Tanier takes another shot. This time, though, adding their dexterity to this, it's only an 8, so that arrow misses, and they're down to 4. Rolling advantage again. Rind again is on the defense, so the rat takes a swing and hits. Roll damage. 3 points this time. Tanier rolls defense, not Tanier, Rind. Gets a 5 plus his armor class of 5 is only a 10. He fails, so he takes all 3 points of damage. 1, 2, 3. So the points that he got back today have now disappeared. Tanier fires another bow and natural 20. That arrow finds its mark instantly. As the rat takes a step forward to size up Rind again, an arrow pierces the side of its skull. It takes a couple steps backwards, kind of looks over towards Tanier, and then slumps to the ground. Holy man, says Rind. What a shot. Well done. Tanier's like, well, sometimes I get lucky. Oh man, we didn't need any more of that. We need to get back to the boat. We do, but let's investigate here first. Let's see if we can find something. We need to accumulate some of these magic stones so that we can survive this and tell our patriots over at the Citadel that we need to find this stuff on Ambien so that we can survive. Tanier's like, well, I do remember them mentioning the stones in our history of our settlement, but I didn't really realize that we had to go out and search for them. So Tanier has a look, doesn't find anything. Rind has a quick look, also doesn't find anything. Okay, well, no luck there. All right, let's head back. We're almost at the dock now, so they both about face. Rind catches up to Tanier, and they head back to the dock. they're back at the dock. All right, well, our boat's just over at the other end of that pier over on the far side, so let's try to get there and get in the boat and back to the Citadel. See if we can recruit some friends to come back with us. So they start trudging, start heading over there, and let's see. Whoops, sorry, gang. Let's see if something happens whilst they do that. No, nothing this time. So they go another few feet. Yeah, still nothing. They're lucking out. Looks like we've made it back to the dock. Okay, let's get up onto the pier, the boardwalk here, and start cruising around. And we'll head back. So they head to this part of the dock. Let's see if anything shows up. Nope. Still doing well. Move to the other side of the dock. And we have something going on. All right. So they get to the far side of, or to the middle of the dock. Um, their boat is technically over on the right hand side here. I don't know if you can see my purple cursor right over on the right near the end of the dock there, but needless to say, that's where they need to get to. So as they get up onto this part of the dock, they realize they are not alone. And we are, let's see, fourth table, first critter. Fourth table, first critter. All right, let's have a look here. Fourth table, first critter, a Nakru zombie. Oh my word. Okay, well, let's have a look here. Let's go find the Nakru zombie. Here's some Nakru. And that one looks pretty nasty. So let's choose that one. And how many did we find? 2. What do you know? So as they've made it up onto the dock, they see 2 of these creatures slithering up the dock towards them. And oops, I just bring them down to size because that's a little big. And there, and there. Rind is like, holy crap, Tanier, watch to your left. What are those things? Good Lord, I have no idea, but God, they're ugly. And what the heck do they want with us? Why are they stalking the dock? I don't know, but we need to get back to our boat. True, but I don't know if we're going to get too far if these things are in the way. But our boat's the other direction. Okay, well, let's make a run for it and see if we can get down there without having to deal with these turkeys. So, let's see. 1 or a 6 that they get ahead of these guys. Nope. All right, so as they turn to head down the dock, they find that these creatures move a lot faster than they thought, and they've almost caught right up to them. Yikes, let's go, let's book it. Let's see how far ahead they get. 4, 4, 4, 4, so let's go 40 there, and we'll say to about there, so they booked it ahead. And the Nakru have only gotten about 20, so let's say they've gotten to about here. Good stuff. We still both have, you have my bow. Why don't you turn and see if you can take them down? And I'll keep heading to the thing. So Tanier turns, aims at the first one to take a shot. Oh! Natural 20 again. Boy, they are incredibly accurate with that bow and arrow. So Tanier turns around, cocks the bow, and flap! Nails the first one right between the eyes, and it drops to the ground. Rin's like, holy jeez, I think I'm going to leave the bow and arrows with you. You're dead accurate. Tanier's like, well, I think that was lucky. And in the meantime, the other one moves. Ooh, another 40 feet. So it's going to catch right up as that was in progress. Right here beside Tanier. Rind is like, oh, you've been flanked. So Tanier tries to make a turn to defend themselves. In the meantime, They are on the defense, so the critter is going to take a swing at them, and they hit and damage. 4. Tanier, defend yourself. No problem. So 3 points of damage. Hopefully Tanier has enough to survive that. Oh, just. So they're down to 4 hit points. The zombie Nakru takes a good swing and knocks Tanier backwards. Rin takes a charge forward. Let's see if they get an attack. They do. Rin takes an attack. Oh, and a royal fail. Good lord. Stumbles and falls forward as he pulls his sword out to take an attack on this zombie Nakru. Hurts himself badly. Takes 4 points of damage. Oh my word, that was just bad. In the meantime, the Nakru turns towards him and takes its opportunity for a counter, which was only 1 more point of damage, which is extremely lucky. Tanier cocks a bow and takes a shot. 6 plus their dexterity of 4 is only 10. The arrow goes whizzing by the Nakru. The Nakru turns towards Tanier. Let's see if he gets to swing. No, it's on the defensive. So that gives Rind an opportunity. Rind takes a swing. 7 plus 4 is 11. Just makes it. So takes damage. Only 1. Does the critter defend itself? Oh gosh, yes. Natural 20 and instantly gets a counter strike. And another point of damage on Rind. He's not doing so well. This is not good. Tanier puts the bow away and takes out their sword and steps forward. Do they get to attack or are they defending? They are defending themselves. The Nakru turns and takes a swing and fails. Rind steps forward and swings and just barely makes it. Got an 11. So let's roll damage. 6 points of damage. The creature defend itself? No, actually it fails royally. So we get to roll an extra d6. So that is 12 points of damage. Nicely done, Rin. So that takes a big slice across its chest and stumbles backwards. Tanier takes an opportunity while it's in pain to swing again, but fails horribly, just absolutely misses. Rin comes forward, but is on the defense. The Nakru steps up, takes a swing, but misses. Tanier faces the beast, and they are on the attack. And they make their attack. 7 points of damage. Does the beast defend itself? Oh, I don't think so. Let's see. 11, 12. Yeah, no, it does. All right, so 6 points of damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's struggling. It's just about on its last legs. Rind. Attack, defend. The creature turns and swings at Rind and hits him. Natural 20. Oh my word, what are we at for points? I think Rind's down to 4. Oh god, this could be the end of him. It is. Rind takes a fatal blow to the throat, stumbles backwards, blood gushing down his chest, and falls down to the dock, bleeding out profusely. Tanier yells and takes another swing to try to get this creature by surprise, but fails. The creature turns, takes a swing of its own, and hits. 3 points of damage. Does Tanier defend themselves? They do, so they only take 2 points of damage, but this is not good. Not a good sign. Tanier's on the attack this time with vengeance. 4. And they miss royally. Oh my word. This time they are also on the attack. They get to another attack roll. 17, they make it. 7 points of damage. Does the creature survive this one? No. Total fail. It's dead. Not without consequence. Tanier drops to their knees, sobbing. as they've lost another compatriot to the clutches of another beast on this fate-filled dead zone, which used to be their vacation island. This is ridiculous. I got to get back to the boat, get back to the Citadel, recruit some more people. I can barely move, but I got to go. So Tenier heads down the dock and back to the boat. It's a ways to go, but they raise the sail, they get on the oar, and they try to head back to the Citadel to see if they can recruit some more people to come in here and clean out the dead zone. They're weak, but they're going to attempt it. 2 points left. They might just have to lay in the boat and let the wind take them back home. Well, gang, that was a quick session. Only 30 minutes today. But they've lost another compatriot and almost lost their own life. Nothing is guaranteed on Ambien. In Swords and Stones, if you don't make your attack or defend roll each turn, death is real. And it's obvious, because now Rind is gone. Kandar, we lost last session. And Tenier, only 2 hit points left. They're struggling. But we'll see what happens. They'll get in the boat. We'll see if they make it home. And we'll come back next time and see if they're back here, back to the dead zone with reinforcements to try to clean the place up. Thanks, gang. Have a good night. Keep them rolling.